Hello, everyone. Welcome to Verbal Vomit. This is a casual pod where we just talk about random shit at random times. For those of you who are joining us on this pod for the first time, we just basically talk about topics that have no correlation whatsoever. It's like completely random. All right. So, I'm joined here by my co-host Gibson
Hello.
and our guest Ron.
Hello.
Ron Gibson and I were schoolmates in Polytechnic, and today we'll be discussing our university life. One of us here today has already started his university life while still being in the army. He's doing university part-time at SIM is it?
Yep.
What
You're
have
doing,
Currently,
you're
you?
doing part-time?
Mm,
I'm
Full
doing
time, right?
part-time bridging course. So basically, this bridging course allows me that if I were to get at least 50% for both of the bridging courses that I'm currently signed up for, math and econs, I will be able to be exempted for around a year ish, kind of 1 year worth of modules, basically.
But it's not
Then
compulsory, right?
it's not compulsory. So if I
Okay.
don't do it, I will have to go for the full course, basically.
So let's say effectively it's a 3-year course, so you're looking at what, 2 years? Right? About
Hopefully
there.
it's 2 years, but then
Okay.
what other people, some people may do, right, is that because basically the exemption is exemption of mods. So
Hmm.
some people may actually split the mods up into 3 years or so. So basically
Okay.
less mods per year in a way.
No,
Yeah,
but
less
but
less modules per semester lah, so that they have an easier time in university
yes, exactly. And
to
now I also can
focus.
see why the
Mm.
course it's really quite tough.
So, what have you been studying in your university so far?
So currently I'm signed up for two bridging courses, such as math and econs.
Mm.
So math involves like technically, if for those of you who have been in the secondary school, who have taken A math before, it's basically A math, with more like higher level questions.
so it's
Maybe
like A math bar on drugs,
So
right?
yeah, like
double
double A math.
double A
A
math.
what?
Double A math
All
bar.
right. So, does your school have CCAs? Because this is a topic I want to talk about. I want to talk about CCAs. I'm gonna enter uni soon, and I have no idea what CCA I want to join. I have a few in mind, but I'm not really sure what CCAs are available, and I'm not sure what I really want to do in my university time on my for extracurricular activities. Do you guys know any CCAs in your school? Why don't we start with Gibson?
Okay. Actually, for myself, right, because all this while I'm more towards the okay. I'm not the most sporty guy out there. Okay. The funny thing is, okay, sidetrack a bit lah. But if you look at me, I don't know why people have that impression that I actually do sports when I don't. I don't know why. But I'm more towards the art side. So like I used to dance like back like long time ago lah. Like still a bit on
Oh,
my
you
own.
used to dance? What the hell?
Yeah, dude,
Holy
just
shit. Okay.
search my Instagram, hit it up. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I used to post stuff like long time ago lah, but it's all like a passion thing. It's like it's just a simple interest, and also because my family sing a lot, right? So when I'm going to uni, because I'm going to UOL also. Sorry, I'm going to UOB. So I'm actually looking at the singing CCA because I'm also interested in that lah. But I don't know how that's gonna pan out. So any of y'all have any idea? Like, have y'all heard anything about that? Or like
Heard anything about what? Sorry.
singing CCA in UOB like SIM in
SIM,
general.
do you know anything about the CCAs in SIM, Ron?
Actually, not really, because I haven't really go into depth about the CCA stuff. But then I have every time I go for the night classes, I always see this group of people in the level one atrium. They were doing some kind of like dance. I'm pretty sure it's dance, but I mean like I think it's called DreamWorks. I don't know. I'm not really sure what
Are you
CCA are
sure
they
it's
for.
not tap dance? Are you sure it's
I
not
have no
burpees?
idea, man. But then most of the time I see them, they're not really dancing. They're actually doing like burpees and stuff. So I think it's the PT session
Mm.
for
Okay.
dance. Yeah.
I've actually
But
tried searching for like CCAs on the SIM and SUSS website, and I haven't found anything. Like there's no clue what I have no clue what CCAs are available.
right, because okay, personally I feel like okay for the local use, right? I mean for let's say NTU, NUS, all that, right? Because they have hall life, right? So like they have like a shit ton of like curriculum activities, which is amazing. But the sad thing is I think for like okay for myself like me and Ron, I think it's way harder for us to join one. But
True.
is SUSS the same as SIM though? That's the thing.
I think SIM and SUSS share their facilities, and by sharing the
Yeah.
facilities, I think they share their CCAs also.
If I'm not wrong, right, the SIM basically, right, the CCAs are right, they share between all the universities that are using the campus.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
that means that include SUSS lah. Because
Because
I mean,
if
I have been looking at it as a separate entity.
uh,
I mean, I know it's under
the
it,
same
but
thing.
okay.
Because if you actually see the SUSS building, right, it's actually not very big.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
It's like one
really
block.
really small
that's true
actually.
though.
It's like one block.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, like let's say you have like a freedom of choice, right? Mark, like what would you choose? Like if let's say like any particular like interest or hobby that you would like to choose.
Okay,
Mm.
okay, I used to have a few CCAs lah. One of them is football. And if given the opportunity, right, I would really love to play some football lah, to, exercise and enjoy a sport that I love. But I am not good at football. I
Okay,
am not.
country you are supporting in World Cup goal.
I am country I'm supporting a World Cup.
Yeah.
England, man, is going home. The cup is
No,
going home, bro.
No
no,
man.
no,
Fuck
dude,
you.
Belgium. I'm
Belgium, pretty
Team
Belgium, I'm
Belgium,
going
bro.
to die.
honestly,
Okay.
I'm betting on Croatia.
Croatia? No, no.
Yeah.
Nah,
Okay,
man.
I mean, if I was
it's better.
comparing to England, right, definitely Croatia.
okay. Let me bring the segue back. Uh, but one CCA that I tried to join in Polytechnic and I failed to get in because I was horrible then, was singing CCA.
Okay.
And
No, you tried. Okay.
I've I would like to think that I've significantly improved since my poly days, because at that point of time, right, I think I was partially tone deaf or some shit like that. Uh,
You are
yeah,
partially
that
retarded too. I don't know if people
oh
know that.
oh that
Oh,
that one is a
shit.
was and is. I still am partially retarded. Anyway, yeah, but singing is a good CCA that I plan to join if there is one. I'm not sure if there is one in the first
Look
place.
like we might be going together, brother.
Yeah, let's go audition together if it's
Okay.
possible. How about you, Ron? What CCA do you plan on joining, if you plan on
Huh?
joining one at all?
Honestly, I really never really think about it at all. Yeah. Cause, I mean, mostly all the CCAs that I have joined in, right, is okay. Actually, if you go and see my CCA history, it's really quite like a rojak kind of thing. Like in secondary school, right? Oh no, okay, in primary school, I was in a Chinese chess club.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Hold up.
Hey, it's
Uh-huh.
respectable, man.
Okay, I know. Okay, I know it's respectable.
I went to competitions, okay.
Yeah, man, but I don't know, man. Chance though. But okay.
Competition for peewees.
Okay.
That's
Okay, wait,
sorry.
it's okay. Secondary school. I went. My first CCA there was band. So technically, I sort of learned how to read notes, but then I learned it the wrong way lah. So people usually learn it as A B C D, right? I learned it as I learned it as do re mi fa sol lah. So it's definitely wrong not the way to do it lah. So
I
I
mean,
kind of
it's
like
fine. I mean, it
it's
correlates,
fine, but then
But
that you reach a
it's
point where there are
working
more
out.
than one dos and more than one me's and shit lah.
Right.
So it didn't work out lah, obviously and I kind of hated it lah. So I mean, I tried to like it. I played the euphonium. If you all heard of it before, it's
But
basically
wait, do you still play instruments though? I mean, to my understanding, no, right?
no lah, cannot lah. I mean, the instrument that I was trained in was pretty big. I had to lug one of them back a couple of times. And as a freaking like a sec 1, sec 2 kid, right? Scrawny kid, right? Oh shit, that thing was heavy, man. Honestly, right, if you see me, right, you'll be laughing your ass out, right? There was like some like sec 2 scrawny little kid, right, carrying some 30 kg freaking huge ass thing that was
Holy
probably
shit, it's that
like
heavy.
three-quarter the size of my body, right? Home. Like I was walking home.
How is it spelled? How is it spelled?
Euphonium.
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 Holy shit, that thing is big, man.
It's big. It's basically a smaller version of a tuba. So God bless people who had to bring a tuba home.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's freaking huge. And in secondary school, you carry a lot of books, right, compared to poly. And so just think about the things I carry in my books, my uniform, because I was wearing PT for my band, and then I had to. Oh my god. Okay. So basically, that was one end of the chapter. Then I went
Why
to
did they
robotics.
put you on the euphonium though? Why didn't they just
I
give
don't
you
know. I don't know. I mean, okay, I tried. When they first there was selections first, right? So they give us all play the trumpet first. Apparently, my mouth was too big or something. I can't. Okay, honestly, okay, but afterwards, after I played the euphonium, I went back. I tried to play the trumpet for a while, but they don't let me officially go back lah. but I play for like use my friend's one, and I actually managed to play a lot better than most other trumpeters. But then they still don't let me. Trumpet is damn small. Trumpet is like freaking the size of your forearm.
Yeah, it's really small.
Then the euphonium on the other hand is like 3/4 the size of my body.
Alright.
Okay,
That's really
right.
funny.
And I was in a
I'm saying
marching
all day.
band.
So
Marching band.
so you don't plan on joining any CCAs in
No, no.
university, is that it? Or will you join
No.
one if a good one comes across?
Uh, I don't know. Like I kind of like dive into CCAs when think I like it. I don't know. I joined sailing in poly. So like,
Did
like
you go for
there's
any like sailing activities though?
uh no, not really. I got a license from that though. Yeah, that's
You
pretty.
got a
I
license
think.
from.
Yeah, I
Did
got.
you
I
even
mean,
go for the classes or
I,
trainings?
I, I got I got I got I went for the first few classes until I got my level 1 license,
Hey,
and
congrats,
then
man.
I stopped. And then I stopped. Cause if I had to go competitive, I had to go all the way to Tanah Merah, which is quite far from where I live, lah. So
I see.
Alright,
yeah.
speaking of things that we like doing in our spare time and extra time, right?
Uh-huh.
What are some of the hobbies you guys have? For me, I personally enjoy gaming and as well as
All of us.
that I mean that's obvious, right? Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
we are guys, we are in the
Mhm.
21st century. We like gaming. What's wrong with that? I don't know
Nothing.
what the perception of gaming is like in public nowadays, lah, but I don't think it's that good, lah. But still, I do what I like and I love it.
Mhm.
Um, Also, I do some reading and writing in my own spare time occasionally. I do it before I go to bed.
Wait, writing? What do you mean?
Yeah, I've been like writing a few stories that I don't want to share. Okay.
Yo, hit me up.
Not
Fanfics,
not
fanfics.
not right now. Maybe in the future when I uh actually write a little bit more like and like read through it to make sure it's not complete shit. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I do a little bit of reading and
That's
writing as
interesting
well.
though. Like,
Mm.
okay, personally, right? I mean, I don't know anyone else as of now, lah, that actually like write as a hobby. Which is, I mean, am I being too swanky? I don't know. But
Oh,
I
it's fine.
interesting, bro. Do you know people that? I mean, are you the only one that you know that does this?
I I think I'm the only one that writes uh as a hobby lah. I don't think a lot of people I know writes as a hobby. I know a lot of people that read as a hobby but not write.
Dude, that yeah, that is very
Mm.
common.
Yeah.
I
How?
think cause
Mm,
writing is not say like a very popular thing nowadays. Like, last time there was this phase where everybody had blogs.
Mm,
Yeah, I think during then, right, maybe like there will be more people who are like more interested in writing.
right.
But nowadays, I think especially in the state of like where we are at around like in poly all this
Mm,
and uni and all this, you be writing more reports than anything else.
I don't think I'll enjoy that kind of writing though.
Yeah, I think people will be like a bit turned off from writing all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then what about you, Ron? Like, what do you do apart from gaming?
What do I do apart from gaming? Well, not
And
very much. I
apart
love
from
food.
gaming and your girlfriend.
And my girlfriend, hey, come on, and you're making very hard for me, sir.
Eh,
Not much lah. I mean, I used to go swimming quite frequently. Yeah, like once a week and all that. But then I obviously when NS caught up and all that.
Looking at your tummy now, I don't think you swim a lot. Okay, I'm
Hey,
sorry. I'm
hey,
sorry.
hey,
I'm
hey,
sorry.
fat shaming, bitch.
hey, stereotype, man. Come on, man. Yeah, so I guess that's all there is to it. I mean, with army and all this, it's
There's
hard
very
to
little
have
time
time
for yeah.
for this kind of hobbies.
Yeah,
Hobbies is
that's true.
I
basically
agree.
do you have free time and all that,
Hmm.
And
How
that's
about you, Gabe? Nowadays we have a lot of free time since we are unemployed and well, we are out of the
dude.
army.
I was only unemployed for a bit,
Dude,
so
dude,
So you're technically unemployed now.
Yeah.
you're still unemployed.
no, I was employed for a bit. Remember?
But
Yeah,
the
but
weekends is
okay lah. For myself is same because girlfriend, right? So apart from that, actually I just game whenever I can. Yes, maybe singing. I do covers once in a while. So there's that.
All right, guys. By the way, for all those listening to the pod, me and Gabe are gonna do a cover soon. Hopefully, Gabe and I are
Hopefully.
gonna do a cover soon. So keep your eye out for that. Uh, what other hobbies do you have, Gabe?
Honestly, not much now. I think I'm same as Ron because most of my time now, okay, because I just got out my intern, right? It's story for another day. But so like most of my time is also consumed when I come home. All I do just switch on my com and just like chat with you guys.
Mm.
And yeah, I guess doing the podcast itself is a hobby. I guess. interest that. I
Doing the
mean,
podcast. Yeah, I
uh,
enjoy talking with you guys like on a daily basis. We always like share funny, interesting stories with each other, and I enjoy that a lot. It's one of the little things in my life that I treasure. Um,
Oh,
oh,
I
oh,
almost teared up from that.
oh,
Shit.
I'm
I
really
gotta punch
happy
a
that I
wall
met
to
you
feel like
guys
a man again.
again.
I
Right.
I go punch a wall.
So, another one of my hobbies is basically, you know, I watch football on the weekend supporting my team. I support Liverpool and I like cheer them on very hardcorely, sort of. Yeah.
Sad.
So, speaking of football, right? The World Cup
Mm,
is happening now, guys. What team are
mm.
you supporting for this World Cup?
Belgium,
You mentioned
Belgium.
Belgium just now. Who mentioned Belgium just now?
Gib. I think Gib.
Yeah,
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 Gib.
yeah,
I,
I
I,
support
men-
Belgium lah. I mean,
I mentioned Croatia.
okay, I mean, but disclaimer, I don't like football at all. So when I mean, I only just based off like how they are playing.
Hey, but it's World
I,
Cup, man.
I mean,
Enjoy.
I don't football, so like as in I don't know the players, I don't know
Oh,
like
okay.
what they good at and all that, right? But as of like how I see how they are playing lah, I would think
Mm.
Belgium is the thing now lah.
So going into the start of this competition, what team were you supporting initially, before they all went out of the competition?
Okay, so okay, since young, because my dad used to watch a lot of football, right? So I used to support Argentina because of Messi. I think a lot of people it's the same as me, right?
Mm.
That you support because of Messi, right? Then as we all know, that shit didn't work out. I mean, so after that I've been watching Belgium and they seem to be the most solid. So like that's why I basically shift my interest and don't tell anyone that I supported Argentina because they are like fucking out, right? Yeah, I mean Belgium all the way, bro. Like
How how about you, Ron?
Hiding. Honestly, I also don't. I used to watch a bit of football, but nowadays, like I mean, like past like 5 years, which is not really nowadays, I haven't been watching any football lah. So kind of like a Ronaldo fanboy here lah. Cause I mean, if it's like he's a one man army and honestly, I like it like it's kind of like a fairy tale kind of shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like if he really manages to win, right? Wow, everybody's just like, what the shit? That guy just did it by himself.
yeah. When we
And
think about
honestly, when compared
football,
to
yeah.
his teammates, I mean, as much as he tries to like involve his teammates, like saying like it's not the one man army thing,
Hmm.
still a bit apparent. You can say
But
that.
I mean, going to the World Cup, it's very obvious that that Portugal and Argentina, right? They are leaning so heavily on like each of their players, which is like Messi,
Yeah,
Hmm.
Ronaldo, right? Like I mean, it's very prevalent. Maybe you can see properly, right? Like they
Yeah.
are once the ball like they want to pass to
Mm.
either of them, like which whoever they are against, you see
Yeah.
like 5 6 people just like get on them.
They're always
Like
constantly being marked. Like
Yeah,
they have no
especially
space on
like
the ball.
you see some of the other teams that are still in the competition, right? They don't necessarily have a player that's like outshining other people, but more of like a combination of
team effort, right?
team effort and then teammates that are like
Yeah,
equally
I mean,
skilled and equally
don't
good.
get me wrong. I'm not saying that they don't have any players that are actually good, but it's just
Yeah,
that their chemistry is way better, lah.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's very obvious. I
Yeah.
think it says, you know, really shows her.
Yeah.
So, one debatable topic about this World Cup so far, right, has been the issue of either match fixing or juicing of the players. So, do you think there's anything sketchy going on here, guys, based on the results so far?
Okay,
Well,
I don't know about. Sorry, Ron, you go.
okay, so basically what I've seen, right, was that what I've heard, I mean, like as if you look at history, precedents, Russia has a very very bad record of like juicing up the players. Like basically they juice up basically everything. They even juice up ice skaters and all that.
Oh shit.
So it kind of ruined the name of the sport of every sport in almost that they compete in.
As in, were they actually
And
caught though?
yeah, they have been
Yeah,
caught.
they
They
were
have
caught.
been.
They were caught.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
if you know the most recent Olympics, right? They couldn't even have any players
Oh wait. I heard
with the
about it.
Russian flag. They had to join in as like an independent party with an independent flag.
Oh wow.
You know, like they couldn't like represent Russia in the Olympics or anything.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's quite serious. And then they are still denying it. I mean, like obviously you deny that, right? I mean, but then
Right.
I mean, if history was any like evidence, it shows. And then
Yeah, I mean for sure lah. I mean I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing it. Also,
Mhm.
I mean they are. In
besides,
their
it's the
country.
first time they got so far. Also, you know, like in their hometown, also makes
Well,
it.
but you have seen like how Japan played, like right? I mean
Yeah.
they scored 2 goals against who was it? Sorry.
Germany.
Belgium.
Germany, right?
Eh?
No, dude.
Was
Belgium.
that was South Korea, sorry.
Yeah, but either way, they were leading one of the like top teams. I forgot. I just don't
Belgium,
forget.
Belgium.
Yeah, yeah, they
Belgium.
were leading against like one of the top teams. So if you tell me, like if the argument was that Russia went far, right? I can say the same for Japan. You get what I'm trying to say. But
Yeah.
yeah, but then again, okay, back to that. I also agree that match fixing is.
Mm,
I would say I wouldn't be surprised if it exists. I mean,
mm,
as much as we all think that World Cup is just like sport, right? I'm quite
mm.
sure there's a lot of political move behind
Yeah
that
lah.
we see lah. Yeah, right.
For me, I don't believe that there is match fixing. Like maybe there are like one or two matches where they've agreed like to draw the game, or to let this person or that person win the game. But in the end, I think these players are like representing the country is like once every 4 years. You don't get this kind of
Mm,
opportunity. You get to play what maximum 2 or 3 World Cups in your life. Some lucky ones manage to play 4 or 5,
Mm,
mhm.
and
right.
these players really want to take this opportunity and show the world what their country is capable of achieving, to put their country on the map basically. And I don't think they will want to throw away the opportunity of doing that to represent their country in this sort of manner. But my mum is a firm believer that every match is fixed, yet she
What?
still bets. So I don't get the logic behind that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So, but this World Cup, right, is I find it like it's a good opportunity and a good time, right, to bond with your friends and families. You gather together in front of television and watch the World Cup together. Like you
Mm-mm.
don't do this very often. Like there's not many occasions where you can just gather together, just chat around and just enjoy an activity together with your family nowadays,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
for
world is
sure.
so hectic. How about you guys? Have you guys like spent time with your family watching games and all that?
Yeah, dude, for sure, man. Like I mean, okay. The funny thing is, even though, like I mentioned just now, like my father actually watched soccer, right? Because he used to play soccer when he was younger.
Mm,
Then, because he don't really have time, so he don't watch like EPL or whatever that is, right? But when it's World Cup, then he will subscribe to it. So like that's where we spend time. Like we watch like 2 a.m. matches, even though we are both dying of tiredness, right? And all that, it's just it's a good time. And I just yesterday I went drinking with my friends, right? And whenever, because it was the England game that was playing last
Mhm.
night, which was Sweden and England. Am I right?
Yeah, yep.
Correct me
yep.
if I'm wrong. Yeah. So whenever like when England like almost scored, you can hear the entire like street. Whoa! Like it was pretty funny. Yeah, like it's quite cool, I guess. Like it bridges people, lah. What about you, Ron? Have you been watching or like no?
I mean, I only managed to really watch one match because been studying on it. I'm quite busy and all that. But there was one match they were watching in the lecture. It was quite funny. I think it was Brazil versus Costa Rica. And then like when they scored, right, the lecture room was like, "Whoa, go!" Then like everybody's like, "What?" In the while the
Wait,
lecturer
that
was
mean
speaking, it's quite funny.
oh dude.
Like because everybody, like, you can see everybody was watching the World Cup, not really listening to the lecture, because everybody was looking down on their phones.
Okay, I mean, it's the World Cup. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's the
as
World
much as
Cup.
I don't, it's
Yeah,
the same thing. Like, I don't follow like football, right? But
yeah,
when I mean, it's World Cup. Come on,
yeah.
for years, come
It's all the hype and all
on.
that.
Right, like you just
Yeah,
get put in the hype train, like, oh my god, let's go. When you
yeah,
don't,
man.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing you notice, right, is that other countries are very proud of how their country does in its sports. You can see like people in England just completely going bonkers whenever England scores a goal, whenever
Mm-hmm.
they win a match. They just get pissed drunk the
Mm-hmm.
day and get like horrible hangovers the next day, and they
Mm-hmm.
are rioting in the streets when their team loses. Whereas when it comes to Singapore, right, no one really gives a shit about the state of the sports in the country.
Mm.
Um, Even when Joseph Schooling, right, actually got a gold medal in what was it? The Olympics, right? Was it
Mm-hmm.
Olympics?
Yeah, Olympics.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though he got a gold medal, right? Yes, there was a bit of uproar, but I don't think
It was
enough.
minimal, lah.
Yeah, it was
I
very
get what you
minimal.
mean.
I don't think enough attention is being put into this athletes of our country, those representing our country. And what's worse is, right, most of the people representing us, such as in table tennis and all that, right, are
Yeah,
not
that's what I was
actual
about to
Singapore
say.
citizens.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like the government, right, is putting enough emphasis into sports. Yes, they are giving some incentives, but I don't think it's enough to actually make people want to pursue a career in sports, because everyone wants to go the safe route. an office
Mm.
job, simple
No,
life.
I guess it's a Singaporean mindset. Like when you're younger and all your parents tell you, boy, I got study, I get a good job,
Mhm.
this. I mean, okay, I'm not saying that's what my parents say, but as in, even though my parents are relatively like open-minded, whatever, they're like, hey, you know what, whatever you want to do, you can. I'm lucky lah, whatever you want to do, you can do whatever you want to do, right? But to a certain degree, they still like, hey, you gotta study, like, like don't screw up your life, kind of thing.
I
So
guess
when,
because yeah,
yeah.
sorry, you're saying.
No, as in, I'm just saying like because we're so in tune with that idea when we were younger. So when
Mm.
it actually even when you are in sports, like when you are in primary school, secondary school, right? Like studying is still gonna be like, hey, like that's my interest. I probably won't do that for my future. You get what I mean? But in other
Yeah.
countries it's different. If let's say you were to go into like for example in US, okay, this is just what I heard lah, huh? But like if let's say they were to get into like for example rugby and like all this kind of thing, and their family just like, hey, you dude, like that's what you're gonna do, and that's how you're gonna go to college and all that. So like there is a very very different type of climate, I would say. So yeah, what were you about to say, Ron?
Oh yeah, because I guess Singaporeans are quite conservative lah. In terms of like they're not very like accepting of risk. Like going the safe route is always easier. You don't have to think so much. Like, oh, I go and get a degree, then I most likely or more than likely I'll get a job, and you pay decently. And it's easy. I mean, I don't have to think so much, and then I can just study all the way until I'm like 24, 25 years old. So basically, to the first 25 years of my life, right, I don't have to do anything but just study.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like let's just take
Yeah,
the music scene for example. Like
yeah.
the only okay, there are only like these few people that only recently came out, right? Like Sam Willows,
Hmm.
Gentle Bones, like
No idea
like
who they are.
yeah, exactly. You see the problem? Like people don't even know, which I don't blame y'all because I mean, who really supports the local scene?
Hmm.
I mean, as much as it's a vicious cycle. Like
Hmm.
nobody actually support the local people, which in turn makes the local people not want to pursue also. You get what I'm trying to say? Like
I
it
think they have
becomes
to
a
give
cycle. Hmm.
more incentives lah. Like
Okay,
like
like
you know
what
like
do you
putting
mean?
in like
Hmm.
like nurturing from the ground up lah. It has to be like a long. It's an effort that will take very long time and also very. It must be very comprehensive.
Right.
Yeah, because if not, people like just you give incentive, right? People will still like, I'll better go for the safe route. And
Right.
everybody is so ingrained with the idea that arts and all these are not going to pay well. Ask anybody, right? They'll probably just say that if you can choose between business or like arts, right? Which one will
No
pay
brainer,
better?
right?
No brainer. Business definitely pay because business you can do every single thing. But arts, yeah, what?
You're
People
limited, yeah.
and
I
people
guess
don't know how to appreciate art as well. Like,
yeah, because as in like a very Asian predominantly, like we are all Asians and all that, right? Like that's just how function, I guess. And like what bring back to my point just now, if let's say there isn't any support from the country itself, like
mm,
I mean you can have all the incentive in the world, but you okay, let's say taking like signing on army is the same thing, Like there's shit ton of incentive, but like if like let's say your friends, your peers is like, hey dude, don't sign on, like for example. Like you're still not
yeah,
gonna sign on. Like, you get my point? Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
mean.
Yeah, speaking of army, right, and
Mm,
NS and all that, I feel like NS National Service, right, is also stunting the state of our sportsmen in our country. For example, right, let's say I am good at football, and I plan on building a career in football and joining an academy in another country. But then when I hit 18, right, and then I'm still in the process of training in that particular country, I have to come back to my country in order to serve national service. And during this time, right, my progress will be halted by 2 years. Then I will not be able to progress my footballing career at all. That
mm,
is exactly uh the situation one of my friends is facing right now. He
mm,
has just entered NS even though he's like a national footballer, and he's not a national footballer. He's a very good footballer who's in training.
mm,
And well, it's hindering his progress and his career, his dreams. So
mm.
uh
Wait, sorry, before you carry on, right?
mhm.
Did Joseph Schooling ever did go in there? Because I
Okay,
heard
Joseph
there is
Schooling, right,
difference.
he has his NS deferred until an older age, which I still feel it's very unfair because South Korea, right,
Mm.
uh okay, basically if you achieve a very good accolade in a sporting event, then you will be exempted from army, which
Yes,
I
I
which
mean exactly that's what I think it should happen too. Like
yeah,
I mean,
and Joseph
Yeah,
Schooling
okay.
got a gold medal over Michael Phelps. Like
Yeah, dude.
that is a huge accomplishment. I think he should be totally like be freed from the burden of national service. Like he shouldn't even be considered for national service because
I
Yeah,
think
he's
I mean,
a
we have
national
to
representative.
understand, like, okay, so national service, right? Like, what does it mean for what does it mean? Like, it's a service to the nation, in a way, if you
right,
put
right,
it
right.
crudely,
That's
right?
what I was about to say. Like,
So
I mean,
if
he's
you,
serving the nation, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, like, if you're representing the country, then and you're basically doing the nation a favor, like you're giving us like a very huge ass advertisement in fucking like TV and all that. If everybody will know, like, oh, who's this Singapore guy? What's Singapore? Now some people still even think that Singapore is in part of China, which is freaking
It's
yep.
like
infuriating.
why do you even use the globe or some shit?
Yeah, and like okay, let's say he's at 27 years old and they suddenly call him back to come to NS. Then what happens then? His swimming career is halted by 2 years because of this. I don't think that's fair. Because Michael Phelps, how old is he? Okay,
Honestly, I don't
let me search this up. Michael Phelps is 33 years old and he's swimming like
Oh
like
shit, it's
like
33
he's
only.
fucking 21 years old. He's
Oh,
swimming faster than everyone in the world. Who says Joseph Schooling can't be at that level at 33? You know what I mean?
know.
Like,
mm-hmm.
if he goes to NS at 27 years old, it will still be halting his progress. Then he cannot continue his swimming career anymore because he will fade out of the scene, and
Mm,
he won't have the necessary training to keep up with all these national athletes. Yeah,
yes.
that's not fair to him, is it? It's
Yeah.
affecting his career. And
Okay, but okay, there's one point that people might argue lah. I would say like for example let's say now like even now I've heard people, okay, this is not like backed by statistics or what lah, but I've heard from multiple people that actually did say that like, hey, wow, Michael Phelps no need serve army wow, like so good you know what I mean, like there
Mm,
might be some sort of like societal like kind of like backlash, you know what I mean,
Michael
mm-hmm.
like
Phelps don't need serve national service.
no, as I'm saying schooling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like if he didn't, the tongues will whack. That's why I guess maybe they are also in a bit of a conundrum. But
But
Yeah,
I mean,
I,
yeah.
I
Sorry.
think I think the citizens of the country would completely understand if Joseph Schooling was
mm,
exempted from national service. Okay,
Mm,
another situation that is happening right now is South Korea, the players, the player who's got the second goal, Heung-min Son. He plays for Tottenham and he's probably one of the best players to come out of Korea in the last 20 years.
okay.
uh, it looks like, right, if they don't win a gold medal or a silver medal or a gold medal in the next Asian Olympic Games, right, he will have to go back to national service at the age of 27, 28, and that would just completely just destroy his career. That would be so much money down the drain for him.
mm,
I think it's completely unfair because he's one of the best players I've ever
Okay,
seen in my life.
but for Korea, right, I think it's kind of different because they are sort of still at war, right? I mean, they are at peace talk and all that, lah. But
Yeah.
technically speaking, they are still at war, lah.
But then
So
again, Korea gold medal exemption, Joseph Schooling no exemption, even though gold medal.
mm-hmm,
mm,
preach. But I
oh,
mean,
It's a
it's
pity, lah.
that's
Yeah.
it's always potato lah. I think it really screws people up lah. I mean, like I have seen like multiple instances where people got screwed over lah because of that
because
2 year break.
sports is something that most sports, right, you do it when you're young, right? It's like
When
the
you're
prime.
conditioned,
your,
right?
your your body is at its best in 20 plus 30 plus years old. So
Mm-hmm.
when these 2 years, right, it's technically, right, you cannot just think 2 years out of 100 years that you may live on this earth, right? It's like 2 years out of the prime of like
Of
maybe
your
15
life.
years 10
Yeah.
years that you have. It's
Mm-hmm.
a very big percentage that you are sacrificing, and especially once you lose it, right, it takes even longer for you to get it back, back to your
Mm-hmm.
prime.
Well,
So
I mean,
essentially, it's just not just 2 years. It might just
yeah.
be 3 years, 4 years, that kind of thing.
Honestly, I think that it's not even in sports. Like,
Mm.
I mean, like one very very glaring one is like even for studies for guys, it's already an issue. Like
Mm.
I think we touched on this on the previous
Yeah,
part,
we,
right?
we touched on that already.
Yeah, which I think it's well, I mean the listeners probably know that we are kind of against it. We
It's
are
not
not.
that we are against NS, it's that we think like it affects our
I,
career.
for
Yeah,
me, I feel that NS, okay, it's
necessary.
important, it's
Yeah, right.
necessary, but I would wish that NS be more adaptive to the needs of each member of like the NSFs like I mean like every different NSF have very different problems. Some people like want to study, which is not wrong. I mean studying is still what that may or may not get them a job in the future. That it is their future. The thing is sometimes they get very picky on the very small things. Like for example, like okay, for me, personal experience, I can't get deferment. I can't get disruption. Sorry, disruption, right, for private unis, but then local unis can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like, what's the thought process behind not allowing it? Like is
But
there
there
reason?
is
There's a definite bias there, lah,
Like there's no reason. I mean, like okay, the reason is just like of course I'm in the private uni. Then so there's what does that even mean? Like what is it trying to tell me? What is he trying to tell the people? That oh sorry you are in the private uni. I'm sorry you have to serve finish your NS and possibly have to waste one whole year.
And okay,
It's
I
very
mean,
insulting to be honest. If I was put in your situation, right, I feel like the government is like having a prejudice that private unis are not as good as public unis. Yes, you can say that lah, but am I not a citizen of Singapore? Am I not studying up to pursue a career? Am I not?
and yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly think that it's very 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 like glaring in Singapore, like definitely, because like I for myself, right, because after I start applying for my private U, right, and I went for, because I want to do intern and all that, like I mentioned just now. So when I actually went for different interviews, right, once they hear that I'm actually going to a private U, they instantly like, oh no lah, I'm sure you can cope. Private U very easy one lah. I've got people from NTU, NUS, like this kind of thing. Like
Mm.
I'm like, hey, like I mean, I'm being treated as like a second-hand citizen right here.
Yeah, they
Like I mean,
automatically think like you have an easy life, your uni is like very easy, but no, that's not the
right?
case.
Yeah,
I
I've been in
know,
Yeah,
UOL,
yeah, I
so
know
I
for a fact
restarted
SIM
studying.
UOL is really, really very difficult in terms
It's
of
not
its,
easy,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
it has
I
a
mean,
lot of exams and all that.
it's quite to me like, I think it's pretty messed up lah. Like why, I mean, we are also pursuing a degree, right? I mean, of course, yeah, for sure that it's more prestigious lah to be in a local university, but I mean, like what it still boils down to the person.
Yeah,
Like
there's this
but
stereotype going around that private unis are very relaxed and very slack, and those students that study in private unis are not as intelligent. But no, that's not the case.
yeah.
Mm,
I have known people that actually did well like in their poly days, and I think they could have gone to local U, but I think they opt for the faster route. Like for example, like one of the reasons why they go for private U,
Mm.
they I mean like they are very very intelligent people. Like they are book smart, like for sure. Like for example and they are suffering in UL
mm,
because of
No,
it's
oh
the
man.
sheer pressure, and like it's just
Yeah,
it's not easy for sure.
because it's 100% all papers and all that, so it's all
yeah.
Right.
theory.
I mean not only in like doing intern job interviews and all that, like even when people talk to me, like I meet new people and they're like, oh, what school you from? NTU, NUS. Do you ever hear people say, oh, where are you from? SIM? Like, hey, you get my
True.
point? I mean, of
Yeah,
course, it's not ill intention, but definitely
yeah.
there is a split there, lah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really facing the backlash there when I haven't even started school, even though I'm starting school tomorrow.
All right. I think we are running out of time. Okay. One final question, guys. Who are you supporting for the World Cup to win the World Cup? Gib,
To dude, Belgium, man.
Belgium. How
All
about
the
you,
way.
Ron?
I mean, I will support Croatia in terms of if you're against England, but then like I think France will probably take it, I mean,
France
like,
will probably
cause
take it.
I've been looking at France for a while, and France has been quite impressive, I would say.
All
Hmm.
right. Well, I'm supporting England, and I hope England crushes both your teams. And
No,
By me.
to happen.
all right. So one more thing to add. Gabe and I are planning to make a cover soon. So hopefully, if we get around to that, you'll watch it and listen to it. And yeah, that's all for the pod. Thank you
And
guys for
please
watching
share to your
and
friends.
listening. Share this pod with your friends, and we will appreciate it
And
very much.
then
Thank you very much.
let them judge us.
Be
Thank
sure
you,
to
Ron, for
like,
joining the
comment, and
pod.
subscribe.
We
Okay.
really appreciate your presence here and your insights. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
bye. See you
bye.
guys.
Thank you.
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 Bye. See you
Bye.
guys.